Niger coup. The military leaders in Niger are set to prosecute President Bazoum. Give reasons. Wow. So that means this President Bazoum has not even gained freedom from the military junta self before now. So now they are set to prosecute him. Okay. This is a very serious matter. And they are saying they have agreed to negotiate with Ecowas. Meanwhile, they are also going ahead to do their own thing ahead, no going back. Why they are negotiating, they are prosecuting this civilian president that they have just ousted. On Wednesday, July 26, Niger Republic succumbed to another coup d'etat when the country's presidential guard detained President Mohamed Bazoum. The Economic Committee of West African States, Ecowas, led by Nigerian President Bola Tinubu, has stated that some sanctions, including possible military intervention, could be implemented if the coup leaders refuse to leave power. Later development on the coup reveals that there is increased tension as the military junta has planned to prosecute the detained President Bazoum. According to General Abrahamain Tichani, the coup leader, the toppled and detained President Mohamed Bazoum will be prosecuted on account of treason. Wow, what is treason now? This was confirmed late at night on Sunday, August 13th, by one of the military leaders, Colonel Major Amodu Adrame. He stated the Nigerian government has so far gathered evidence to prosecute the deposed president and his local and foreign accomplices before the competent national and international bodies for high treason and undermining the internal and external security of Niger. This is a serious one. So irrespective of the agreement that the junta has made with the clerics that came from Nigeria to negotiate, and they are still going ahead to prosecute the detained President Bazoum for treason and, grossly undermining the internal security issues of the nation. So it's going to be a very serious one. So it means that if they're going ahead, they're not stopping at anything, okay? It means that even the agreement they said they want to have, or the negotiation they want to have with ECOWAS, is all going to be exercise in futility. It's just going to be routine exercise that will not produce any result. That is what I say here. Because if they really mean to negotiate and they are backing down, they will not be talking about prosecuting Mohamed Bazoum. So it's going to be a very challenging world for ECOWAS, for Nigeria, and everybody if they're going ahead to prosecute him. They have even threatened that if the ECOWAS for any reason deploy soldiers into Niger, that they will kill the deposed president straight away. And these guys are not doing anything to back down. They are serious and they mean it. Even though they say there is beginning to be terrorist confusion inside the country from the boundary between Niger and Burkina Faso and Mali. But then that is not stopping the Nigerian junta from going ahead to prosecute the deposed president and so going ahead to continue to run their newly established government straight away. Wow. So what message does this pass to ECOWAS leaders, to Tinubu and to Nigerians, and even to the Islamic clerics that went to strike a deal to back down to allow them to negotiate with ECOWAS leaders? What message is this going to send out? It means that everything is just formalities. These guys are going ahead to, execute their aim, execute their plan, and ensure that they don't leave any stone unturned. And with the support they're getting from Mali and Burkina Faso, with the news that we're getting that the Wagner group of Russia have also arrived to support them, ECOWAS is still at risk going into that place saying they want to negotiate with those people. What if this man, the junta, turns around and detain the group? Because he can do that. But he might choose not to detain them, but also make sure that the discussion does not lead to anywhere. That is what I say here. So it means that this is just the beginning, okay? They are still going to subject this man to more, unfavorable condition, even though the Cote d'Ivoire president is already warning them that they should make sure nothing happens to Mohamed Bazoum, because they will punish them. I say, hey, you will punish these people. You think they are listening to you? They are not listening to anybody. Okay, they are not listening to anybody, to any jack. Even though the Western world and everybody is saying, warning them to make sure that nothing happens to that man, they are not backing down at all. Okay, they are not backing down at all. They are going ahead to do whatever they want to do. It means that this cry to provide a favorable condition for this deposed president is also falling on deaf ears, even though they have been called to make sure that they do the needful, to make sure that they don't suffer the man too much. Okay? And a lot of people, both in Nigeria and Nigeria, are saying that why is the man complaining that he's eating dry rice? Let him see himself and his family. Let them see what they have subjected Nigerians to under their own administration. They're just seeing a tip of the iceberg, just a bit of what Nigerians are suffering, and they're already complaining. So the Nigerian soldiers are stubborn, are adamant, and are meant on carrying out their plans, and nothing. They will stop at nothing to ensure that they achieve their aim, and their aim is to depose this administration of Bazoum and put a new administration, which they have done already, and I'm sure along the line they will conduct a fresh election. So even as the Ecowas is preparing to go and negotiate, the guys are moving on non-stop. Quite a very serious situation out there in Niger Republic. Okay, so they prosecute this man now. It means, do they have? So they're going to use court to do that. Is there any court judiciary system that functions on that military regime, or are they going to court martial him? Though he's not a military man, so I wonder how the kind of court they will use, and what if the court frees the man? What would they do? Because they are not ready to hand over the government back to him. But if they follow a judicial process, it means that they might reinstate him if the case goes the other way. So the only way is just to make sure they just, incapacitate him and send him back, and make sure another government continues, not trying to charge him or take him to any court of law to go and prosecute him, because that might also sabotage whatever plan they have. Well, it's okay. That is their own internal problem. Let them solve it. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment. So prosecution is a key thing now that the military guys in Niger want to do, to make sure that they don't leave any stone unturned, but it's still somehow to take that step. Military coup and court of law are not they are parallel lines. They don't meet anywhere. But let's see how they solve that problem among themselves.